I don't normally like to admit defeat. It's like I'm going off gear and it's like I'm literally cycling through a treacle. This has been like the hairiest start yet. Very busy on the way out. Like this is quite Coll de Rates. We've got 16 climbs, done 2 already. They're kind of gentle through 4%. Now we're going for a nice residential village. Even my powered way. So, I think 400 watts up there. That's insane. Wow, look at that mountain. Geez, we're not even at Coll de Rates yet. And I've got a solid block of dark red coming up. Oh, I hear that bottom bracket creak. Live on the bike. I don't normally like to admit defeat. It's like I'm going off gear and it's like I'm literally cycling through a treacle. I don't feel the best at the moment. Kind of weak. I'm lucky there's no cars. It might be all the water and stuff I've got on me right now. Jeez. I want to show you this because, like I said, I don't want to admit defeat. I've just been holding like 400 watts up here. I've got a 34 at the front and a 30 at the back. All day yesterday wasn't a single climb where I really felt like, oh, maybe I need some more gears. I'm literally stopped by the bins right now. It's the only flight bit I've seen. I'm really grateful for this. But wowee. I got this route from Wikiloc. And I thought, oh, it's going for like a residential village. I wasn't sure about the road surface. Man. It looks like I'm about halfway through the worst of it. But here's the thing, I don't really want to get out the saddle because my concern is, as soon as I do that, I'm going to start burning my quads, my hamstrings and my glutes. And so I was really trying to be quite reserved sitting in the saddle. But honestly, it feels like a bike wants to tip upwards. Just trying to catch my breath. I'm there now, but honestly, this is, I never thought I'd say this, but it's actually the first time I've really been intimidated by it. This isn't even the main show. This isn't even part of it, it's just a random climb, but golly gosh, I'm going to stop on this because I'm trying to hold back. And like I say, I'm holding 400 watts up these climbs. I'm pretty light. I say that after all-inclusive breakfast and stuff, probably not. But yeah, I'm in trouble, man. I'm in trouble. Let's keep this one short. I made up a climb. I just decided to get out the saddle. 400 and something watts up there. Tried not looking down, but I think at one point it was coming up at like 20%, 19% up there. Started easing off, nice little break at 10%. And this is just a cautionary tale for using the routes in Wikiloc, because I knew we were in sort of a construction zone, like new builds going up here. And I know where I live as well, because there's often new builds around here, that they build new roads and it comes up as unpaved, or that Garmin isn't aware of a road. And so I'm coming up here, I see some tarmac, and the Garmin's like, hey, turn left. I'm like, you sure? You know, we keep going straight, lovely tarmac. Let me flip the camera around for you. Yeah, there's no other way around. Now, I'm not even going to attempt to cycle this. After the flat we had yesterday, I just want to get over this little hill climb bit. It looks like it's going downhill a touch, so maybe I might clip back in and then we're joining the road. But yeah, this is just in the shade for a bit. This is not how I anticipated the day to start. A few minor setbacks, but we're going to keep pushing on. We're only about 21k in, over an hour. Still 1400 meters left of climbing. Right, looks like we're approaching Bernia first. Kind of a weird trip. I've seen all the cyclists coming towards me. And only one kind of going this way. So I've had a practice run of this now. I thought it was Coll de Rates first, then Bernia. 12%, 17%, 14%. Now I've had a taste of that. I've had a good taste of that. Going down to residential estates. I'm gonna go ahead, grab some fuel. Let's see if we can make it up to the top. Man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. It can't be that bad. Can't be that bad, he says. Let's find out. I will give you a ride report afterwards. Let us say ER or PR. Let's see what happens. But look at these views. Oh wow, wait. I'm gonna use my my emotional crutch, but having not felt so great, and I may just stop and take a few photos along the way. But this is incredible. I've seen one cyclist or two now come down. There's hardly any cars. I was stuck behind one, but that was okay. Usually when they say like 9%, or sometimes we see something like Sakalova has a section that says it's 12%. What they're talking about there is the steepest point on the corner. Like you try and take it as close to the hairpin as you can. But if you can't see any cars, like there are none here, just take it super wide. And then you'll find it's like 4%. So Garmin thinks you're doing 12, and you're sat there almost going, this is too easy. Here's the thing, this isn't climbing, this is sightseeing on wheels. Yeah, I plan on doing this. 34 tooth cassette, minimum. I'm saying I'm quite a light rider. I'm on a lightweight bike. I've got 34 at the front, and at the back, I have 30. I'm struggling at times. As that line says, no one ever asks and goes up a climb thinking, wow, if only that could be harder. Everyone says if only it could be easier. So I'd say definitely up it, 34. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit some anxiety and concern around this because I've got a live link, I've got my emergency contact details and things like that. I'm hardly seeing anyone here. So how long until I be found? Or where do I stop to get water? I want to stop, have like a nice cold drink. I've got some water on me. I've got about maybe half a litre. But there's no shops, no cafes nearby. Haven't seen any fountains. And it's hot. So I'm trying not to push it, cook the goose as it were, up here. Okay folks, try and turn this around. Port de Bernia. We made it, I think, to the top of the hill climb. A lot of flies and things around. So I'm gonna keep this one short. I need to go find some water ASAP. Yeah, gotta find some water. There are a few restaurants up here, but they look very, I think the word is dilapidated. They didn't look open. So I need to go find a Repsol, go find some water. But yeah, I think we're at the top. So, just on a very technical descent, and I've just rolled into this town, and I think as part of the route planning, there was going to be something like Costa Blanca bikes or something along those lines. And I think at this point I just need some water or something, so I found this lovely little cafe behind me here, and I said to the chap, look, I need Coca-Cola, a big bottle of water, and he gave me 2 cans of Coke. And they went down. One of the ways I can tell I'm getting close to bonking is normally you get they call it GI distress when you have too much sugar, you get that really horrible feeling in your stomach. And I'm just down 2 cans and I feel fine. So, actually I tell a lie, I feel a little bit, excuse me, I may end up burping on camera. But yeah, wheels held up well. was getting a bit worried towards the end. The descents were just getting steeper and steeper and way more technical. I've just down a load of water. I can see my core temps coming down. It's 2 o'clock right now, and I was kind of hoping to be back in about an hour's time, and I've got like, what, 50k left to go. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think, truthfully, I'm probably not back for like another 3 hours or something, which is going to be really annoying. But I think it's just kind of pushing me more and more to say tomorrow is going to be a rest day of some sort. But yeah, obviously this is like a raw vlog, isn't it? This is where I was cycling with Buddy. I'd probably say, look mate, just sit in front, or just kind of carry me home, and I'm gonna do it myself. So I can't work out what it is. I don't think it's the heat. I think truthfully it's all the stress from work and everything coming out, and I think it's just, I don't think it's tanked my immune system, but I think it's, now I've taken my foot off the gas, I guess just not running on cortisol or something, and it's just, body just wants to relax. So I'm saying push, and it's just fighting me. I probably sound a little bit more calm than I usually do. I'm not sure why. I'm in a good mood. I'm on a bike. I'm in the sunshine. I'm feeling great. And yeah, truth be told, I just want to go home. I say home, to the hotel, sit in the pool, relax for a bit. The other thing I'm noticing as well is a little bit of that fatigue starting to kick in now. But it's not like in the legs. The legs feel really strong. It's more like the mental fatigue. And so with the lack of water, what I don't want to do is start pushing and having a caffeine gel right now, because caffeine is a diuretic, which is a fancy way of saying it pushes water out your body. So I want to try to avoid that if possible. So it's sort of fine-edged sword right now. I need to let this water digest, and then we start. Anyway, I've got what I need. Core temp's coming down nicely. 39.8. It's great sensor, by the way. You can see how fast you're heating up. Yeah, let's make our way back. I'm really not in a good way. I just want to get home now. Over this mountain. It's going to be a story to tell. But yeah, I went past Cafe News. It was going to be my stop. I'm glad I went to that little cafe. It was shut. Some of the cyclists are in this other place. What a shame. Anyway, let's get home. Change of mission. Forget KOMs. I bet I've got to go up that thing there. Garmin's showing like a 10+ kilometre climb. And it's going to be getting steep. Oh man. And there's like zero shade. But hey, got water, got carbs. I think tomorrow well-earned rest day. 3.2 kilometres to go, 184 metres of climbing left. I've seen one other guy climbing with me, everyone else is descending. I feel like this trip I'm just doing everything the wrong way. Oh wow. Oh, my ears just kind of went pop, like you go up in an aeroplane. So now I've got heat and altitude to contend with. A lot of people say watch out, you get hot. Sorry, get cold. Yeah, I know a lot of people say get cold at the top of these mountains. You know what, I'm kind of hoping for it. So I've learned as well, kind of take these hairpins right on the edge. If you can, there's no one coming. Then try and cut across almost like this. Takes the gradient way out. Makes shit a lot easier. Some of these are getting quite steep. I'm doing this with 2 full bidons as well. So I'm adding like an extra 2 kilos to me. I'm sure that'll help on the descent. I always seem to do that. Bring in the water for the climbs, don't touch it, and then hammer it when I'm at the top. This is where I need a team car. You know what, someone has to let me know in the comments. Can you hire team cars? Like if I was doing a trip like this, let's say with a group of buddies. Let's have a car, meters up. It's every 20, 30k. Cold drinks, gels, just anything. I've got a mechanic. Or is this a whole new business venture I'm coming up with? Hardest part I'm having at the moment. When I kind of go back to the hotel, I see my girlfriend, I've been up in the mountains. She's like, where? I just kind of point in the background and like, somewhere up there. I know this probably isn't the top of the climb, but hey, how incredible to be here at the Coll de Rates. Coll de Rates. I need to ask someone how you pronounce that. I just want to say how freaking cool to have made it here. I've seen this bench so many times, and it's weird. I tried doing this ride on Rouvy and I've not seen it, so that's a little bit weird, but slightly surreal. I don't think I'm done yet. So I think it's about another kilometre to go, but I'm going to stop here, grab some water, take a few photos, and yeah, this is incredible. Hopefully you can see all this. It's absolutely incredible. I thought it was just bikes as well. But yeah, you can see this is beautiful. Just taking the power nice and low here. Just try and flush it out, get the words out. I didn't take a capping gel in the end. I think it wasn't a good idea. But yeah, just trying to flush out any fatigue metabolites in the legs. Just take it nice and easy. Try to keep it zone 1 here. Quite easy based on the traffic. So many cool bikes and stuff. Good news is I'm not bonking, but I am hungry. So I know, carb load like a beast. Weight goes out the window. Can't be a weight weenie. You're gonna have to excuse the helmet here. I've got the sunglasses on. You see the lovely sort of view here, see the mountains in the background, and what I wanted to do was just a sort of recap of the day. I realised I forgot to do one yesterday, and I thought it'd be quite good to kind of break down how today went and some improvements and things like that. Definitely went really well, despite what I felt like a lot of the odds stacked against me. So I've been kind of fighting a sort of nausea in the moment, and I think might be the water, might be something I ate, but since day one, I've been really struggling with sort of like very, very mild nausea, and I've been eating a lot more, keeping it very simple, lots of rice, like veg, lots of kind of whole foods, things like that, so nothing crazy, but it just, yeah, even though I'm sort of carb loading and things like that, I'm guessing I'm just not processing and digesting it very well. And so what that means is, like, on the right day, I wasn't bonking, which is good, but at the same time, I got hit with a really weird sort of wave of nausea, and my power just dropped. So when I saw the Visma Lisa bike team, and I can't remember if I mentioned this on camera or not, but it's the one time I wasn't recording. I just came out and I felt absolutely awful, just feeling really, really nauseous. My power, I couldn't hold more than, say, 130 watts. I was really struggling, and so I'm out here. And I saw 4 of them. They're all parked up at a little cafe, and I thought, okay, maybe it's some guys and, you know, some Visma jerseys. And then I saw the team car just parked further down, which I thought was really cool. But hey, you can come out here to Calpe, and you can see, you know, come and see the pros. I'm just recapping some of the journey so far. We had that crazy residential estate with like the 19% gradient hills, which is just that was crazy. I need to have a look when I get back on like Strava to see if I got any like. Not KOM, I definitely don't think that, but man, that was tough. Probably a separate side note here. I'm obviously decked out in the finest Van Rysel, but I'm actually wearing I'm not sure if you can see this, the Van Rysel cargo bibs. And yeah, we're calling some lightning review of the Van Rysel cargo bibs. They actually held up surprisingly well. So on a 130 3 kilometer ride, I think it was. They did really well. There was a couple of points where it was getting a little bit, a little bit uncomfortable, but these are the endurance bibs, and at £39, I don't think you can go wrong, honestly. And if someone in the Decathlon marketing department are watching this, my DMs are open, as always. But genuinely, this is a really nice kit. I love the jersey. I think it's a good choice going for white today. Just let off some of that heat. But yeah, I think on the Port de Bernia, I think I may have cooked the goose a bit. So just doing a bit of digging. I have the core body temperature sensor, and it was on my back. And I think the sun, like now, was facing backwards as well. So I think that was just making the core reading. I wasn't sure if that was causing it to go up, but I found out anything above 39.5C, you're kind of redlining it in terms of heat management. And there were a bunch of restaurants and things up there, but they all look like shut, or I think the word I used was like dilapidated. Which I'm not even sure how I came up with that word, especially if I am going for some very mild heat stroke. But I think it was just a combination of a few different things here. I guess it's like the stress from work, no longer having to be at work. This is finding my body relaxing. That's a factor. Not digesting food very well, so that's like another factor. And then top it up with some like mild heat stroke, or very, very minor, and it's just a perfect recipe for not feeling great. The important bit to me is that we managed to do Coll de Rates, or Coll de Rates. I need to find out how you pronounce it. But that was really, really cool. That for me was like, okay, I've done the climb now. I can take that one off the list. And it was really, really cool. It would be nicer to have been able to push a bit harder. I'd really like to have kind of give it a full gas effort, but it would be really cool to give it like a full gas effort. But like I say, I'm not feeling full gas. So I'm sort of debating tomorrow if I do take it as a bit of a rest day. Overall, I think it was a solid ride today. I'm actually really impressed that I've been able to do what I could today, despite all these sort of minor, weird setbacks. Probably the biggest takeaway from this is getting in tune with your body, like knowing when to push and when to ease off. And today was quite good, going up there, some zone 3 power. I wanted to push harder, I absolutely did. And coming back here, I still feel really fresh in the legs, which is kind of frustrating. It's annoying when it's something like that, when you know you have more in the tank, but it's just something holding you back. And it's not mental, it's just physically. I say, my stomach's not right. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame. But I can still relax, I can still enjoy fantastic weather here right now. And yeah, I'm gonna see how I go and how I do tonight. Just plenty of water, we'll leave it there. And yeah, let's see what we're doing tomorrow.